Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's new vlog video thing that I'm still going to be talking about, a vlog, but it's also going to be a house related video. What's up? Welcome to today's video. I know it's been a lag of videos and the inconsistency is absurd. I understand what your feelings are, but you have to understand my situation because I've been going through a lot of things. So what's new? First off, obviously I'm in my new house. This is my office right now, which is definitely a total mess. There's a lot of things that I have not unpacked and organized. I barely got lights for this office and I've been here for like a month, right? But today's video is gonna be a couple of things. Here are my main two goals for today's video. First, I'm gonna give you guys a walk around of like my new house. It's just gonna be just a really basic tour of it. And then the next thing is gonna be talking about how I was able to buy this house and what was the process like. This is my first house that I've ever bought. 25 years old. I didn't know what to expect, but it was quite the fun experience and I want to go through it with you guys and tell you like what you should expect if you're gonna buy your first house. So let's go through today's video and let's go take a look at my house. Okay, so the first major thing I should start off with is the front of the house. My door is red and this is my house. It is a farmhouse style, which I absolutely love. I definitely think it's in style and can't get old, but I love the color scheme of this. And now we're gonna go into the inside of my house. Now, fun fact about my house is actually smart lights operated, so it's a smart home. So basically all the lights can turn on, right? So watch this. Alexa, turn on all the lights to 100%. Ah, there we go, see that? So boom, all the lights are ready, so everything is nice and bright. Just gonna turn on these just for extra light, I guess. So let's go take a look at the kitchen, huh? Oogie, say hi. Okay, all right. So let's take a look at the kitchen real quick. So this is my kitchen. Went with the granite top here. I could have went for a different one, but since this is gonna be a rental home in the future, this is a lot more sturdy and stable and it's kind of timeless, so I was like, all right, fuck it. And then we have black knob kitchen cabinets. Yes, that's what I was going for, yeah. And then this is the pendant lights that I had installed. This was from Wayfair, by the way. This is the fridge that I bought. I think this is probably one of the coolest things that I bought is this fridge because like, who buys a fridge, right? You know what I'm saying? Like when you buy a fridge, I feel like that's some real adult ass shit, you know what I'm saying? But this is not just any fridge, all right? Let me show you. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch this, watch this. See that? It lights up, isn't that so cool? That's like the coolest thing ever, right? All right, moving on from that. So obviously this is the island and then this is the dining table that I got. This was from Wayfair. This is Oogie's little house and then that's his little dining area place. And then this is the living room, which I'm very, very proud of. Basically all of this is from Article. So that couch is from Article, that coffee table, the couch. Those side pieces are from Wayfair. The rug is from IKEA, but that little shelf in the corner right there is from Article as well. It's a nice little corner shelf. Of course I have curtains here, so it makes it look a lot more elegant, I should say, so I like that. This is my TV. This is a 75-inch 4K TV, which I'm very happy about. Got a great deal on that. And then that is my kind of sideboard media console thing, which I also love. This is from Wayfair. And then this is a dog that I got from Vegas, who is actually very slobbery right now. Do you see that? Do you see that? He's slobbering. Give me a high five. Yeah, good boy. You're a good boy. All right, so let's move on to the guest bathroom. So this is the guest bathroom downstairs. I mean, it's a bathroom. What are you gonna say, right? It's nothing too crazy or special. Garage. So this is my garage. Got the Tesla here. It is also charging. I got the Tesla home charger installed, which is fantastic. Super, super clutch. Very helpful. Charges very, very fast. So it's just my car in the garage. I do have a roommate. My best friend Adrian is renting one of my rooms. He parks outside though, because I'm getting a second car soon, so I'm gonna need to put that in the garage. And then also my Tesla has to charge in the garage, so yeah. All right, so that is the downstairs. Now let's go upstairs, yeah? All right, coming upstairs, you have a wall. To the right is my room, which is the master bedroom. To the left is the guest room and then also my office, laundry room, which I actually need to do right now. I bought these two washer and dryers, which are amazing. They work very easily and really well. Guest bathroom. And then obviously my office, which is literally incomplete and a mess. Why am I out of breath? Why am I out of breath? I don't know. All right, but that is the quick home tour. And basically my house is pretty much furnished for the most part. It's like 97% complete. There's just little things here and there, you know, like some wall art, other like home decor things. But for the most part, it's fully furnished. Everything I need is here, 97% complete. And I'm very, very happy with it. And yeah, I feel very, very blessed, and it feels like home. I thought I was gonna have like blues, like moving blues from going from my apartment to here. But bro, it's so much better here. Oh my God, like I didn't realize like how convenient it is having your own house. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. And having your own garage, and it's just nice. I highly recommend it. It's just great, all right? So that is what is going on so far with the house. Business is good. We're in Q4 right now, so sales are picking up, so I'm pretty happy about that. Students are learning. Everything's good so far with that, so I'm pretty happy. Can't be complaining about that. But now we can get to the next part of the video, which is let's talk about the process of getting this house. Right, let's talk about how I got my first house. What were the steps following up to it, all right? So buying this house was definitely not like something that happened overnight or in a month or so. It's definitely like a year-long process. Matter of fact, it was over a year that it took for me to get this house. So I started looking for a house back in 2020. My income was really well, and I was looking for a house because I was living in an apartment for a bit, and I was paying like over $2,000 in rent per month living in California. And I figured, you know what, it is a time to start getting into properties. Not only am I going to put my money basically into a savings account, but also at the same time, I could rent out my rooms, help pay down the house, and I could also make it to a future rental property or even sell it for a huge profit later down the line. Either way, it's going to be something that will get my feet wet into real estate, which I was really interested in. Okay, now let's talk about the steps, because I have my laptop right here, so I have some notes, right? So some of the first steps for sure were figuring out where I wanted to buy. So location is definitely key, and depending on where you want to live is going to definitely show what kind of price point you want. For me though, I live in Southern California. I wanted to stay in the Southern California area, and I wanted to make sure that I was nearby my family. Being from my first house, it's not really a big deal for me to move out like very far away. So I'd rather be close to my family and close to my friends and everything, and be where I kind of grew up half of my life, right? From there, I was thinking about what was my budget and what my monthly payments I wanted to be, and based off of how much I wanted down on the house, that will give me like what the house price of my budget was. In my cases, I needed to buy a house that was under $600,000. Ideally between 400 and 600 was my sweet spot. The house I ended up buying was $565,000, and I needed my monthly payments to be below like $3,500 a month, right? That was basically like basically the most I could afford and everything, where I could be comfortably living in this house and paying for that. So that's basically where I figured things out, and I plan on putting 20% down for a conventional loan. Now, if you don't know what conventional loan is basically the regular way you get a loan. The other way is through an FHA loan, which allows you to basically put a very low percentage down, which is about 3.5%. I didn't want to go that route. I could afford to do 20%, so I was like, you know what, let's just do that instead, all right? From that, I also was able to avoid any PMI payments. So those are additional interest payments if you don't basically pay 20% down at least. So doing that definitely saves me some money there, but that definitely means that I still have a big chunk of change that I had to put for my deposit. From there, I found a realtor that was gonna help me out because I was literally lost in this whole process. I didn't know what I was doing. This is my first home ever, 24 years old at the time. I'm just like, I have no idea what I'm looking for, so I need to find somebody who's gonna help me. So my realtor, Nate, shout out to Nate No Petty, he helped me through this whole process, so I'm super grateful for him. And making the process very easy and making me feel like I could ask him anything and there was no dumb question, because I'm sure I had a lot of dumb questions at that time. But I had a realtor help me find a house, whether it was going to be a used home or it was going to be a new build. And at that time, we didn't really know what I was going to get into yet. I was really trying to see like, okay, maybe I should go for a used home first as my first house. New builds are usually expensive, but the way that the market has been in 2021 and 2020 has been crazy. Like literally the price of used homes in my area was literally up to par to the new builds, if not more expensive. And I was like, well, it doesn't make sense for me to get a used home and pay this premium on it when I could get a brand new home that is about the same price or maybe a little bit cheaper, and it's literally brand new. So I don't have to worry about any, plumbing issues or AC problems, anything. No issues. It's warranted. So we literally looked for about a year going back and forth between used homes and also new builds as well. So we found a lot of new builds. Some were very expensive and some were, pretty good in range, right? We were looking at single family houses mainly, but near the end of like our search, I started to find that a townhome was actually starting to make a lot more sense for a person in my position. So from there, we needed to get pre-approved by a lender. So basically being pre-approved is showing the people who are selling houses like, hey, this is how much house I can afford, right? And I've already been approved to get a loan. So now I just need to pick a home. Following up with that, they're gonna need a lot of information to basically get you pre-approved so you can go out shopping for a house. So what they required from me is they needed my credit score and make sure I had a good credit score. And at the time I had like a 750 credit score. They also needed 2 years of tax returns, all right? So since I am self-employed, I have my own business, they needed to see 2 years of consistent income from my businesses, so that I got that. But they also needed a year-to-date profit and loss and a balance sheet from my business, okay? And that was closer to closing escrow. So this wasn't during like while I was looking, this is when I was already finalizing like my house and coming up to a closing date. They required me to have a profit and loss year to date and a balance sheet year to date. So yeah, that was basically the info that they needed. 2 years of tax returns and the credit score was definitely in the early stages in the beginning. But yeah, that was like the main thing that was going on. From there, I already had enough money for a down payment, but it gave me more time to build or save more money during my down payment period, because like the house that I chose was in March and it didn't get finished until September or October, right? So that was a good 6-7 months of me being able to save even more money to give me even more of a cushion. They also look at your bank statements as well to see if like after your down payment, do you still have money to pay for the house, like your monthly payment. So if you just put all your money into your down payment and you have nothing left, they're gonna flag that. They might be less likely to give that to you or to be pre-approved. So once I was pre-approved, I was able to shop within my budget and find a house. We ended up going with a townhouse, a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse. And the reason why I went with that was because I realized it didn't need that much space, right? So originally I was like, let me get a 4-bedroom, let me get the whole thing. I'll try to rent out all the rooms and everything. But when I thought about it, I was like, this is becoming unrealistic. And I also don't want to live in a house with a bunch of people either. So let me downsize a bit. So I decided, you know what? I can afford to get a big house, but I don't want to get a big house. Instead, I'm gonna get a smaller, brand new house, new build, 3-bedroom, rent out one of the rooms to one of my homies, optionally rent out my other room, which would be this office if I wanted to, or just convert it into an office and then tax write off this room. So that's what I ended up doing, is basically renting out my room, one of my rooms to my best friend, and this the 3rd guest room is now my office, and I could use that as a tax write off for my business, because I do all my content in here and I work in here and I have all of my office supplies in here. So that's what I ended up doing. A 4th bedroom would have just really been overkill, and I didn't want to just live with a stranger or live with more people than I need to, right? So right now I'm very comfortable. I've been here for a month and I'm really happy being here, and my roommate's really cool, and or housemate, I should say. Housemate is more appropriate. So it's been a good time. Like, I've been having a lot of fun being here. So once I was pre-approved and I found this house, I then placed my initial deposit, which I believe was like 5% of the house's value or something like that, give or take. I don't remember fully, but I know it was like, I had to put like 16,000 down first. So I did that. That basically held my place in the home and opened escrow. From there, I waited about 6 to 7 months for the house to finish building. And then coming closer to the end of escrow is where I basically had to meet with my notary to sign all the documents and then put down my final deposit or the rest of the money for the down payment. And then I get the keys to my house and boom, that's it. By then, my realtor had already handled everything with like the taxes and my income and like my balance sheets and things like that. So the process was kind of tight. We were cutting kind of tight, but it was still smooth. Like we were able to get everything done in a timely fashion and manner. So I was really, really happy about that. And yeah, I picked up my keys and here I am now. So that was basically my house buying experience. And that was basically the whole things from step 1 to I don't even know how many steps there were, right? But it was actually a lot smoother than I thought, and it was a really fun experience. It's really fun being able to go shopping for different houses and house tour new builds and stuff like that. I definitely enjoyed looking at new builds a lot more than like used homes, because sometimes you go into touring a used home and like the family's still there and it's kind of awkward. But definitely it came out to, you know, looking at the new builds, and I was really, really happy with that. Really happy with my new home. It's perfect space for me. It doesn't feel too big. It feels really cozy and homey. So I'm really happy about having this house. And I plan on staying here for the next couple years at least, and then either buying another house and leaving this as a rental property, or maybe even staying a little bit longer than that. But definitely it is to scale and build my portfolio in the real estate world, and yeah, go from there. So that's my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you everyone for keeping up with the channel, keeping up with my life and my journey and how far I've come along from personal trainer to Amazon seller, and now I'm getting into the real estate world and things like that. So I'm really grateful for everybody who's come along, and if you guys are new to the channel, I want to thank you for subbing as well, and I just want you to know that more content is to come, more vlog styles, more insight and look into my life as well, and then also into my businesses and teaching more about my business and any updates. I really want this channel to be a document of my life, and you know, just make really cool content. That's really it. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. This is gonna be the end of today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. As always, go make that money, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.